You're watching The Breakfast Club.
Now, Charlamagne got a text the other day.
Yeah, I got a text last week, and the text was basically saying that Bill Cosby was looking for my number. So I'm like, why the hell does Bill Cosby want my number? And so I sent my number, of course, and Bill Cosby's publicist called me last night, and he basically told me that Bill Cosby's going to trial next month,
right? And
Bill Cosby's daughters, Ensa and Erinn, listen to The Breakfast Club faithfully, and they wanted to release some statements about their father's situation exclusively to The Breakfast Club.
Right.
And that's what we have right here. We have Ensa and Erinn's statements. Now, both of these statements are 2 minutes apiece.
Okay, let's get to Ensa first.
Ensa.
I am a very private person and have chosen to live my life quietly with my family. But for my child, my niece and nephew, and my father, I cannot sit quietly anymore. The man portrayed in the media today is not who my father is. My father is a civil rights activist. My father is an advocate for children. My father is an educator. My father is a philanthropist. My father is an immensely talented and innovative entertainer. His philosophy is that people are good, and through effort and self-confidence, each person can make the world better. This is the man who is my father, a visionary whose life and career have focused on love and learning, on creativity and humor. These are the same core values that he has tried to model for me and my siblings, his grandchildren, and for the millions of strangers who encountered his work and advocacy. The accusations against my father have been one-sided since the beginning, and when he tried to defend himself, he was sued in civil court. I've seen the accusations become more horrific and extreme with time, and I've witnessed my father's reputation and legendary works be dismissed without any proof. I strongly believe my father is innocent of the crimes alleged against him, and I believe that racism has played a big role in all aspects of this scandal. How the charges came about being made against him, how people were willing to believe them before they were ever scrutinized or tested, how people who tried to speak to support him or people who questioned the claims were shut down and ignored and not given a voice, how the media created the story and the outcome before any court will ever test the claims, how my father is being punished by a society that still believes black men rape white women but passes off as boys will be boys when white men are accused, and how the politics of our country prove my disgust. My father has been publicly lynched in the media, and my family, my young daughter, my young niece and nephew have had to stand helplessly by and watch. The double standards of pretending to protect the rights of some, but ignoring the rights of others, and exposing innocent children to such appalling accusations about someone they love dearly and who has been so loving and kind to them is beyond cruel.
Now that was Bill Cosby's daughter. Now let's play his other daughter, Erinn.
Over the last few years, my family has been forced to sit by and watch as our father has been attacked in the media. And it has been difficult to remain silent to protect our loved ones from the scorn that gossip fueled in the news as big entertainment. But what you hear in the media is a far cry from who our father is. In our early years, our father was not only the type of parent who cared for and guided me and my siblings, but he was also a role model. He was generous with his time and resources, helping people in our communities, across our country, and around the world. And in addition to showing us that hard work, devotion, and talent can overcome immense obstacles and build a life and career beyond anyone's expectations, my father also taught us the importance of fostering goodness in the world. He has been a tireless advocate for social change, an unwavering philanthropist, and a vocal force encouraging people to strive to achieve their dreams. This is who my father is. Now, my father and I have not always seen eye to eye, but I know him like very few people do. And I will be the first to say that the acts of which my father is accused are unthinkable. knowing the man who is my dad. What my father and family had to endure these last few years makes me ashamed of our country today. I cannot understand how our society has permitted my father to be condemned so unjustly and cruelly in the court of public opinion without evidence or proof and with no verdict or judgment. Like the cruel history of our people, the legal system and the protections of the law do not seem to exist for him today. My father's legacy has been tarnished and his livelihood taken from him. Yet during this now 2-year media frenzy, my father's and my family's plight has become a moneymaker for many trying to capitalizing at his expense. I know that people will try to shoot me down for speaking out and by bringing up past criticisms against me and my relationship with my dad, to which I say I do not care. I love my father and always have and always will. I believe in his innocence, and I know in my heart how he values me, my family, and the goodness that is in all people. I will never respect or understand a society that allows an accused to be convicted without proof and his or her day in court. It is truly unbelievable.
So the question is, 800-585-1051, do they have a point?
I mean, the truth to the matter is that's what I've been saying since this whole situation has occurred. I'm not discrediting the young lady's allegations, but I'm not going to discredit Bill Cosby's innocence either. I'm just going to wait and see. I think it's very dangerous to allow people to be tried in the court of public opinion. Like, people are losing their livelihoods before they even get their day in court.
Right.
Like, can we at least suspend things for a second, like put things on pause before we just eliminate everything?
But that was my problem from the door. Like, they wiped out his whole
legacy
catalog. Like, I mean, you don't see the Cosby Show on TV anymore. You don't see a lot of the stuff that he did on TV anymore. And as much as it sounds like he did it, we don't know.
We don't know.
Honestly don't know.
I'm not discrediting the young ladies, but I'm not going to discredit Bill Cosby either. We just simply don't know. Let the man have his day in court. Like, I just think trying people in the court of public opinion is very dangerous.
What do you think, E?
Well, I think that they shouldn't have taken the show off of television because it's not just about him. It's also about the other people on the show that eat from that show. And I do believe in other genres, they do manage to separate the person from whatever it is that they're accused of.
Absolutely.
So I believe that should be separate. Do I feel like in the court of public opinion, it's hard to say that there's not a court of public opinion. There's things that are out there. Of course, people are going to pass judgment based on what they've heard, based on 57 women coming forward and giving different accounts. I don't think that we know what happened till he goes to trial. We know that he has, settled in certain situations before. So,
but we all know settling doesn't mean you're guilty. That also means you might not want to have your stuff in public, and it's easier just to pay things off than to go through with it.
But the thing is, now it is public.
His legacy has been ruined. And if he is guilty, we got to start asking ourselves a different question. And it's a question that Dave Chappelle brought up.
He rapes, but he saves. And he saves more than he rapes, but he probably does rape.
Because that is true.
Oh, my goodness.
He saves and he rapes.
Well, let's
he
go
rapes
to the phone lines. 800-585.
Do we discredit all the saving he's doing because of the rape?
800-585-1051. Hello, who's this?
Hey, this is Kyron Jones, man.
We're talking about Bill Cosby's daughters. Do you believe they have a point?
I do believe they have a point, man, because you think about it. When Bill Cosby went to go by NBC,
oh God,
all this allegations started occurring. So
that's not when it happened, sir.
Oh.
That's definitely not.
The man was trying. Listen, according to the internet. No, if we're gonna believe everything we see on the internet, then that man was trying to buy NBC. Now,
stop it.
All right,
stop it. Hello, who's this? Hello.
Hello.
Hey, what's your name, Mama?
Poetry.
Hey, Poetry. We're talking Bill Cosby's daughters. Do you think they have a point?
They do. They publicly tried their father. And it doesn't go that same way when there's other people involved, other races.
Yeah, and I'm going to be honest, I don't see how Bill Cosby can get a fair trial, because if you were a juror, you saw what's been going on for the past 3 years. Bill Cosby's already been painted as a rapist. He's guilty in the court of public opinion. Like, how could you go in there with a fresh, unbiased mind?
You can't. He can't get a fair trial. It's been too over the news. It's been public. You'd have to get somebody that's damn near 90 that doesn't have a television, that doesn't know how to be on the internet, that has no idea what's going on, and you're never going to find out.
Yeah,
but if it was anybody, don't you think nobody in that case would get a fair trial in this situation
Bill
with all
Cosby's
these
a little
people
different.
coming forward?
This
But
is
what
everywhere.
I think his daughters are trying to say is when you look at other situations, you look at somebody like Roman Polanski. Roman Polanski still won an Oscar after he slept with a 13-year-old. Donald Trump is the goddamn president. like he's the president of the United States of America after having sexual allegations. Like I just think it is a double standard in the media, man. It is when it comes to like black and white in these type of cases.
And Roman Polanski is still trying to get back into the United States and has not been able to.
Not
He's
yet,
trying
anyway.
his hardest.
800-585-1051. We're talking about the statements that Bill Cosby's daughters made. Call us up right now. Do they have a point? That's the question. If you haven't heard it, we'll play it when we come back. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.